Don't ask what this caliper was being used to measure earlier. Didn't you already have a CAD model of your balls from the testaphones? I like the idea that I would create an entire CAD model of my nuts instead of just assuming like standard sizes. But yes, I did already have a CAD model. Today, we're going to be building a device that is actually, you're not gonna believe this, but it's commercially available. So I'm basically just kind of cutting some budget and wait times on ordering one myself, because I could just order this from a company that manufactures them. Today, we're gonna be building the testacuzzi, which is a jacuzzi for your ball sack. And if you're wondering, why would you want this? Well, my friend, I have some interesting sources for you on this, because now I want to say this is not claimed to be true by the people that make the commercially available one. They're selling it as a gimmick joke item, but there is a claim that has been perpetuated on the internet to the point where I've seen articles and stuff, and when I was doing research, I found a lot of information on this. So, there have been a lot of studies that show that if you do things to your balls to make them warmer than body temp for X amount of time per day, it works as a temporary contraceptive because it deactivates your sperms. A very cool little, study that they've been keeping up on, right? Because that has a lot of studies. That's shown to be effective, actually. And there's, like, already a bunch of... They're trying to do all these weird-ass solutions where they, like, fucking ultrasound your nutsack, or they, like... You, like, wear underwear that, like, stuffs your balls up into your taint area so that they get hotter than usual, and then you're mildly infertile for, like, a month or something. There's all sorts of crazy shit they're trying. But one such claim on the internet is that by using the ball jacuzzi and heating your nutsack up, you become temporarily infertile for like half a day or so. Like a few hours. If you heat them up for like 30 minutes or something. There haven't been any scientific studies that show if it's effective in that short term or that it's effective at all in that, like, to that degree, using this particular device. So today we are going to be doing some real science. I'm going to build the testacuzzi, and then after around half an hour of use, I'm going to see if it functionally works as a temporary contraceptive. And if you're wondering how that's going to go about, let's just say I got a microscope just for this stream. Do you already know your baseline? Oh, don't worry. I did a preliminary test to make sure, one, that I was able to do this, and two, to get a baseline. It's for science. It's literally for science. Anyway, I have 3D printed a special part just for this. You can see here that my CAD skills know no bounds in masterful construction. This is what we're gonna be using though as the primary basin. I'm also realizing this is sharp as hell, and I'm gonna need to like sand it down. Oh man! All right, hang on. I gotta shave this down a little bit. Because this shit is way too sharp, man. That's gonna slice my scrot. I gotta shave my ball cups real fast. Someone asked me earlier for what the size comparison of the plushie is. This is the size comparison. It's the balls for scale. Look, his feet fit perfectly in the ball koozie.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
What are the little things coming out of the side? Well, my friend, this is for the water inlet and outlet, because after trying to figure out how to put like a heating element in here, I realized it's gonna be a lot easier to just have long tubes going to a heated bath with a PID controller. And then it just pipes the water to the nuts to keep them warm. That's way more efficient. That's way more efficient than having to like have the heating device on the thing that you hold under your balls. Here's a realistic imitation. Okay, here's a simulation. These go in here. Water comes in one side. There's a vat over here that'll heat the water. Then a tube comes and pumps the hot water in one side and then out the other side, back into the tube. Also, originally I was like, damn, I'm gonna need to make my little like PID controller thing to keep the water warm. But then I realized when I was in the design phase, I actually don't have to make that at all because I already have something that can do this for me. I have this ultrasonic cleaner, which is not just ultrasonic, it also is a heated water bath. So I can set this up and set the exact temperature that I want the water heated to, and then have it pump this through, and that should be able to keep what it needs to be. What if you dip your balls in the ultrasonic? It just seems like too much work. That's why we built a convenient portable option to go, okay, so assume this is me, to go, and then you take the little thing and you go, alright. These two guys are gonna be here, and these are gonna be basically just plugged into lab power. These two guys, okay, these are gonna be the long outgoing lines. I'm gonna take this guy off, stretch this over the nipple here. Alright, I got that sized right. Not too bad, given that I didn't attempt to size it correctly at all. Ah! Alright, and then these should both go the same direction, theoretically. One of these needs to go in, one of these goes out. We'll need to fill this with water. Finally, more ball content. Before it was, ah, shit, I need another banger. Quick, smoke something. Now it's, ah, shit, I need another banger. Quick, do something with your balls. Also, what happened to all my duct tape, man? I feel like I buy this shit all the time and it's always gone. This should be enough that it keeps it, like, pretty actually warm. Alright. Yeah, these need to be reverse wired, since... These need to be reverse wired because the hoses are connected the same, and they need to be push-pull. Alright, let's see how this goes. This should spit water into the koozie. There we go. You see it? Do you see it? A delightful spurting of water is going into the testicle koozie. Now, the real question is, once this hits the level, is it going to level off and start sucking? Because it should start sucking. There we go. Now it's sucking. So, okay, it's self-regulating, I think. As long as these are keyed the same, it should suck at the same rate that it spurts. It's getting more full. I don't know why. These should be synced to be the same. Also, there's some nasty shit in this tube. Hang on. There is some fucking... I don't know. Can you see this tube, man? What the fuck is in there, dude? That's disgusting. Well, it's just gonna be on my balls, so it doesn't really matter. I'm not gonna be drinking it, so it's, you know, it's not too important here. Alright, let's get this guy heating up. We're gonna need to bake our huevos for a while here, so... Best get this, this heat bath set 50? No, set it to 42 Celsius, which is what we're going for. just above body temp. His kids are gonna be like the mold guy from Resident Evil. What? Editor, I've never played Resident Evil. Can you throw a picture of the mold guy on there? 1 cup should be larger for obvious reasons. What are the obvious reasons? Do you have asymmetrical nuts? Bro doesn't know about the larger nut rule? Is one bigger than the other? I've never heard of this. Hang on a second. We're gonna be doing a lot of different sciences today. Oh yeah, while this is heating up, I wanted to show you guys... Hang on, I wanted to show you my source. Source? I researched to do this project months ago. I want to say, like, June or something. I was looking up, because I think it was soy milk that originally said something about the testacuzzi, and it, like, makes you temporarily infertile. And I was like, what? And then I Googled it, and I found a bunch, I was like, I should do something with this, but I don't think I can. So anyway, I looked it up, and I bookmarked a page about this effectiveness. And now I'm not saying this is proof that it was bullshit, but if you'll notice, I'm on the Wayback Machine right now because this entire website is gone. I don't know if the whole, like, domain and everything is gone, but, like, I could not find it. Not saying that this is furthering the fact that it's bullshit, which is something I already suspected, but the fact that this is gone is helping. This method is based on the principle that high temperatures affect sperm production and motility, acting as a form of temporary contraception. By exposing the testicles to warm water, they aim to create an environment less conducive to sperm development. This is my source. This is my source that I decided to test against. Limited research. While it has shown promising results, further research may be needed to fully understand its long-term effects. Yeah, the guy who boiled his nuts for like 3 months straight, it took him like 3 years to gain back fertility. So that, I'm not fucking doing that, that's for sure. This should just be the equivalent of like jumping in a hot tub for a bit. I read a couple white papers beforehand, because yeah, I do, despite what people in the comments think, I do research. Haha, I said do. I do research on this stuff beforehand. And I read some of the white papers about it, and it's basically like you only see long-term effects if you fucking boil your nuts for like 12 hours a day for like every day for weeks straight. But short-term effects can be seen in like much more quickly. While I was doing research on this, I've realized that like basically every method they've tried to invent for a male contraceptive that isn't a condom, it fucking sucks ass. Because one of them that used heat, you put like fucking nanoparticles in your balls, and then you put a big inductive coil on the outside, and you heat them up for like 15 minutes or something. And that gives you like, as like a month or something of infertility. But the side effect is that it shrinks your balls to half size. And even after you gain back fertility, your balls are still small in most cases. You know, you learn a lot going down the rabbit hole of some random niche thing. Read some white papers on the people that have tried to crack it, because it is interesting. I always just thought it was because guys are not wanting to take them. That was my assumption. Now that I've read some stuff, I'm like, maybe it's also because it's like fucking destroys your body half the time. The things I do for you guys, man. Alright, hang on a second. We gotta get balls out again, just like we did during the stupid ball dip. Just like the ball dipping stream, man.
Did you see that VTuber who dipped his balls in sauces on stream? Wait. What?
All these streams got me getting my nuts out. Alright, let's get the water going. Ah, it's cold as fuck. And then it's gonna end up being hot as fuck here in a bit. Hang on a second. Ah, okay, now it's hot. Oh, yeah, okay, now it's heating up. Oh, yeah, it's rewind time.
Ah, oh, that's hot. That's hot.
They should have had Will Smith put his balls in this so he didn't make Jaden Smith. You know, actually, starting off cold is kind of nice because now it's a gradual heat up. Can you guys see the bubbles going in? The thing is fucking leaking water. It's not like out of the hoses, but just because it's overfilling the testicle trough. I'm glad this basement has a drain for all the times I'm spilling nut water on the floor. I mean, it's working. It's keeping them nice and toasty right now. I'm glad you guys can't see the pose that I have to be in for this. It's like this. It's like this pose. Hang on, turn the heat up a little bit. I think it's losing too much in between. All right, well, we gotta chill like this for a hot minute now. This thing needs to be bigger, and it's not because I got massive nuts. It's because, like, there needs to be more room for the water to circulate. Yo, this shit about to give you the purple balls. Gender reveal water. I dare you to drink the ball water. Well, it's just gonna be on my balls, so it doesn't really matter. I'm not gonna be drinking it. $200 and I'll take a sip of this. Alright, I don't want to be too crass here. Right? I don't want to be too crass, but as the water heats up, it makes the sack bigger, which then gives it, like, it makes it too loose, and it starts getting caught in the sucker valve of the ball koozie, which is a design flaw. We need to kind of, like, maybe split up the sucker in so that it doesn't quite do that as much. Or have, like, a situation where it has, like, a drain. Ah! Fuck! Did you fucking hear? That's what I'm telling you, man! The construction is a little bit flawed, I fear. It's absolutely toasty, though. Holy shit. Would this be better with carbonated water to simulate jet streams, like of an actual jacuzzi? Maybe, like, vibes-wise, yeah? Yeah, I think the real ritzy testacuzzi user should fill it with champagne. Since you guys can't see what's going on here, I'll give you a visualization of what's been going on for the last however long. All right, so it's basically this, and then this has been running to pump water in and out of this little chamber. We are literally doing a science experiment. A science experiment that few will do because they have too much shame. One day when I have kids, I'm gonna have to private all the old videos, man. They can't find this. They cannot fucking find this video. Hang on, let me put my pants back on. I think we're good now for the time being. Ow. By the metric of what this thing claims to be able to do, this should work. I want you guys to see. Alright, I got this paper towel and wiped the... I didn't even scrub it in or anything. This is what the water on the floor looks like. This is a white paper towel, by the way. That shit is disgusting. The myth that Mythbusters was too scared to test. That's what I'm saying, man! Yeah, real science being... legitimately testing, like, a myth. This is some actual Mythbusters shit. But, Adam and Jamie were not willing to dip their balls in a improvised device, apparently. Alright, hang on a second. I need to, hang on a second. I'm moving you guys to a BRB. I need to go get a sample for this very analytical stream. In Japan, they don't actually jack off. They have a much more refined practice called... what is this? Called something written in hiragana or katakana. I don't know the difference. Hang on, what is this?
Stroking my shit. ストローキングマイシット。
What we're doing today is very scientific. Now, the sample has to sit for like half an hour. Half an hour at like above room temp. Don't you need to drive to the lab ASAP? What do you mean drive to the lab? Drive to the lab? We're in the lab, brother. What, you think we're gonna take this to someone else to do the analysis? No. Hang on a second. Get all of this out of here. Nah, son. I got a microscope right here. We're gonna do this in-house. Oh no, he's getting his microscope out. You guys, I don't know why you expect anything different from me, honestly. I don't know why you would ever think that I would send this to a real lab. I've never sent anything to a real lab in my life. Now the trick here is, let me prep a slide without showing you what's on it. Let's see. I have to like lean it. Proper lab procedure. Lean the fuck in. Alright. Now, for the moment of truth, let's see if the fucking ball koozie actually works or not. Hang on a second. I'm no biologist. Bottom text. Okay, hang on. I'm not seeing anything in this sample. And when I did this beforehand to test to make sure everything was working, I did not have the same result. So either this thing works way better than I ever thought it could, or more likely, I fucked up. Hang on a second. This is enthralling, I know. Ah! How are you looking, boss? Well, I don't want to say what I'm seeing quite yet. Now, I'm no expert, okay? I'm no biology expert. So maybe I'm off here. But I'm pretty sure shit should not be moving still. I'm pretty sure if this worked properly, nothing should be moving actively. Like this, hang on. This one is completely immobile. So maybe there is something to this. I kind of expected this to be complete dog shit. But then there's also other parameters, like the fact that my, maybe I let the sample sit out too long or something. I will say, in this sample, and maybe it's because I was fucking with the sample, there's not a lot in it. Oh, they're kind of, like, clustered out here. I think that I also might have fucked with how I handled the sample, but you know what? All the science we do on this stream has been at least minorly fucked with. I wouldn't say there's much we do that has a genuine, like, clean method to the point where I'm not wondering how bad we fuck things up, you know? But there's definitely inactive ones. I feel like there's more inactive than when I tried it initially. So it, like, kinda sorta works. The problem is that, you know, I think for the purposes of this, it kinda has to work, like, 100%. Otherwise, it might as well not be working at all. I'm sure that one could argue that this is not a conclusive test, but I would say that what I'm concluding from this is that it kinda works, but not really.